Consider where Bitcoin was a year ago, under $7,000. The initial cost of $0 increased to $60,000 in just a year. Currently, it may be found resting between 50,000 and 60,000. In 2016, only 7 years ago, the price of a Bitcoin was less than $450. Knowing that $10,000 or $20,000 invested in Bitcoin a year ago would have made you a multimillionaire today causes you to question whether you are investing in the proper asset. But since Bitcoin is a form of crypto, you'd have to expect its ups and downs. And for today's video, here at Data Dash, we will be discussing to you why Bitcoin's crashes are inevitable, but it's still a worthwhile investment to consider, so make sure to watch till the end. On the other hand, before we go on, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell button to stay updated for more of our crypto content for you. Now, without further ado, let's get started. As of right now, the future direction of cryptocurrency values is quite unpredictable. At this moment, we wouldn't be shocked if Bitcoin's price went about $100,000. When we first heard that Bitcoin had risen to the price of $15,000 or $18,000 in 2017, the entire world seemed to go into a panic. Nobody could have ever predicted the incredible year that Bitcoin would have in 2021. Now, let us introduce you to James Howells. If you are regretting not investing in Bitcoin 5, 7, or 8 years ago, he's a programmer and one of the cryptocurrency's earliest adopters. He used to do a lot of Bitcoin mining on his home computer in his room back when it was relatively simple to do so. No longer is this possible, as the network has matured to the point where it now requires enormous farms of computers to mine a single Bitcoin. He mined over 7,500 Bitcoins from the comfort of his bedroom at the time. He was convinced by the concept, but he had no idea that his hard drive would become so valuable so quickly. Bitcoin wasn't nearly as intriguing as it is now. Only the black market, where illegal products were traded, made use of it. While he was cleaning up his residence, he thought he had removed everything from that hard drive, including his Bitcoins. But he hadn't. There is a hard drive out there having access to a Bitcoin wallet containing 7,500 Bitcoins, currently valued over $427 million. The individual had literally stumbled onto a mountain of digital wealth. It's estimated that he lost about $500,000 in his wasteful ways. Think about how terrible he must feel. A once-in-a-lifetime chance has been identified by him. After he had gotten as much use out of it as he could, he threw it away. When the price of Bitcoin continues to increase, he will feel increasingly helpless. To be sure, he is not alone. In addition, Stephen Thomas has a wallet with over 7,000 Bitcoin, but he cannot access it since he has forgotten the 12-word passphrase. In 2011, he made a cartoon about cryptocurrency and how it functions. Someone who shares his passion for Bitcoins rewarded him with 7,002 BTC for his efforts. And he has approximately $400 million in assets that he can't access because he's forgotten the password. If you're ever having a bad day, simply think of these fools. We doubt anyone could make more of a mess than they did. Anything that goes up must come down, and that includes Bitcoin, the stock market, real estate, and any other assets. So, not everything about cryptocurrency is good. We saw a crash in the value of cryptocurrencies at the end of 2017, and it appears that we may witness another one this year or in the foreseeable future. Of course, it's hard to foresee anything because the future is unknowable, and whoever claims to know the future is lying. Yet, based on the current circumstances, we may be able to make a plausible prediction. So let's have a look at whether we're at the brink of another crypto crash. As March 2020 rolled along, the Bitcoin cost just over $5,000. Experts had projected gradual growth since it regained its speed, but this has already begun to happen. Without official support, it's extremely difficult to make significant changes in the financial sector. Yet at about that time, an unusual event occurred. All of a sudden, the future became cloudy. A worldwide pandemic halted any chance of recovery, and we had no idea what to do. The stock market plunged by over 30% in less than a month as investors panicked and sold their shares. Most individuals lost their employment as a result of the pandemic, making it impossible for them to make mortgage payments and causing a collapse of the property market. That's why investors started buying gold. No matter what happens, gold will always be a reliable store of value as it has been throughout history, which is why gold prices shot up almost immediately. The price per ounce of a gold surpassed $2,100 in just a few short months. Yet at about the same time, something else was happening. Bitcoin, in particular, has earned a reputation as the virtual gold of the cryptocurrency world. You may not be able to physically interact with it, but it has a finite supply and is supported by a global infrastructure. To hedge their bets against the volatility of the market, some investors have turned to Bitcoin. This has resulted in a sustained increase in Bitcoin's price, which has now seen it surpass the $11,000 mark for the first time in a very long time. Nonetheless, the value of almost every asset, not just Bitcoin, was on the rise. Real estate price increases were in the double digits, and the stock market was skyrocketing. In your opinion, what do you suppose happened? The Fed was aware of this and realized the importance of acting quickly. It's possible that this epidemic will become much more severe than the Great Recession of 2008, due to the fact that banks were providing mortgages to homeowners who then defaulted on their loans. The real estate market collapsed in 2008, bringing the banking system down with it. Further, banks marketed securities backed by these mortgages to investors, bringing down not only the housing market and the financial sector, but also, tragically, the entire world economy. The Fed then declared that it will take whatever measures necessary to stave off another economic downturn like the one experienced in 2008. And this meant buying corporate bonds and printing new money. On the surface, it's not clear what role Bitcoin plays in this. The stock market rose faster than ever with their aid, yet the Fed did nothing to help Bitcoin. So you see, the government passed stimulus bills and pumped plenty of money into the economy. Several people started fretting over price increases. It was a bad idea to hoard cash since the greater the quantity of money in circulation, the less purchasing power each individual dollar had. As a result, investors were buying all sorts of assets to protect their wealth, including Bitcoin, which caused Bitcoin prices to spike immediately. However, the rapidity with which Bitcoin prices increased attracted speculators looking to profit from the asset's appreciation, as is typical when asset prices begin to rise sharply. Price went up from $10.5 thousand in September to $34.9 thousand in January. The price increased by approximately 220% in less than 6 months. No one was surprised by the fact that Bitcoin did not crash. Since Tesla invested $1.5 billion into Bitcoin, demand has skyrocketed. To everyone's surprise, hearing that Tesla had purchased Bitcoin caused a worldwide surge in demand for the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's price doubled in less than 2 months, and for the first time it surpassed $60,000 in value. Musk's announcement via tweet that Tesla may now be purchased using Bitcoin only made matters worse. that lent Bitcoin a great deal of credibility and helped to boost its popularity. Bitcoin's true worth lies in the fact that so many people already use it, in the ease with financial transactions can be made, and in the widespread acceptance of this system. Yet the actual value of Bitcoin is unknown. Bitcoins could be worth anywhere from $1 to $100,000. Each is entitled to his or own view. Yet, speculation, inflation worries, and even tweets from the meme king himself, Elon Musk, are all to blame for the latest Bitcoin price surge. Even though many other variables contributed to Bitcoin's ascent, what will happen when inflation worries subside as a result of interest rate hikes? A drop in demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is likely, which will scare away speculators, who will drive the price down even further, scaring away basic retail investors who wanted to profit from this increase. When a situation like that appears on the horizon, we think Tesla will sell its Bitcoin holdings. But that is just our opinion, and we could be completely wrong. Bitcoin's value won't necessarily go to zero or even to where it was before the pandemic, but it will fall. Just how devastating will the collusion be? We guess we'll find out in due time. If you're in it for the long haul, though, you shouldn't worry. We think cryptocurrencies have promise, despite the difficulties they must overcome and the reality that they won't replace fiat currency anytime soon. On the other hand, what do you think about Bitcoin's performance so far? Will you be interested to invest, or you have a better cryptocurrency in mind to share? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. But other than that, thanks for watching. This is Data Dash, and if you enjoyed watching this video, then go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and bell button to stay ahead for more of our crypto uploads for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.